Hey everybody, let me ask you a question. You recognize this sound? Now if you don't, it's probably because you've got a doorbell at your house. Otherwise, you recognize that sound as somebody knocking on your front door. Now I don't know about you, but for me when I hear that, I kind of flash back to a time in my life when I was in youth ministry. Yes, I actually was in youth ministry years ago. We were in Louisville, Kentucky, and I was one of 3 youth interns, and our challenge was to build a youth group in a church that had pretty much no youth. So we literally went through the neighborhood and knocked on the doors of everybody in the neighborhood and invited them to church. I got to tell you, it was a daunting task for me to do that. It's just not my nature to go knock on a stranger's door and invite them to church. But you know, when we think about witnessing and sharing our faith, a lot of times that's still the image that we get. Going to somebody we don't know and inviting them to church. Or maybe asking them a real hard question and asking them to wrestle with their eternal fate. But that's really not what Jesus meant when he told us that we were to be his witnesses. This week in our study, you're going to take some scripture and look at where Jesus told his followers to go and make disciples and to be his witnesses in all the earth. And you know, he's called us to do that, to live a life that is contagious and that is invitational to bring people to him. So I hope today, as you study, that you learn something new and that you're set free to be a witness for Christ in a real way in the real world.